together.
One of the photon vaults always ends up blocked off. We can't seem to break 3 of them at once. Perhaps we'll need to use the chrono sorter. One of the photon vaults always ends up... Can't... seem to break 3 of them at once. Perhaps we'll need to use the chrono sorter.
Think you can catch up?
Good. Did you see the tacitite fulminate on that cliff? Perhaps we can create an opening in this disk with an explosion.
It worked. The opening fits right onto the middle photon vault.
Rover, now we can hit the 3 photon vaults simultaneously. The blockade has been lifted. Let's go in.
Let's reach farther destinations together. This is the answer to our endeavor.
Why are there tacit discords here? No. These monsters... they don't look like the usual tacit discords.
These also look like the works of the court of Savante. Did they create these simulated holograms to protect this place?
None shall whisper. One is the sound. Ha! Shadow, follow!
to me!
One with the sound.
Roll for me!
That thing up ahead. Is it another mechanism?
It seems to have unlocked after we got rid of those holograms. Let's go and have a look.
Cherish every gain.
We're in this together! I will do my best to help everyone. Speeding up.
The glowing patterns on that gate. It's a flare crest. Yes. The flare crests have a complex structure, but they can be deciphered with patience. See how each star represents a flare stone? That mechanism we accidentally solved earlier should be one of them. Yes, we still need the other 2 flare stones to open it. Wait. The blood and scales here. It's Jinzhou. She is likely teetering on the edge of overclocking now. We are running out of time.
This should suffice for a while.
Decades have passed, but those researchers' presence still lingers in this place. The Sentinel situation is worse than we thought. It had already sustained severe injuries when it descended upon Mount Firmament. With one of the temporal programs lost, it no longer had the power to restore time. Instead, it could only stop and rewind it.
So, the Sentinel protected Hongzhen with its power, but it couldn't return things back to normal?
It would seem so. According to their theories, the Sentinel's injury would worsen over time, and if the Sentinel perishes, the temporal disruptions will spiral out of control, engulfing all of Jinzhou. So the Fraxidus just added a pinch of salt to the already gaping wounds on Mount Firmament. There's nothing we can do. At least that's what it says in the... Only the Huanglong chamber can provide temporary relief for the Sentinel, but it won't heal it completely. In the end, the Sentinel and a peculiar visitor who is immune to time disruptions would have to come up with a last resort. The Sentinel couldn't be fixed, so they decided to replicate its power onto a resonator through induced resonance. Their experiments resulted in the first chronosorter, a man-made resonance object. No. A chronosorter can only rewind time within a narrow range. It's no match for the Sentinel's immense power. We are getting closer and closer to the truth. 2 more flare stones left. Everything aside, first we must find Jinzhou.
Save the day! I will do my best to help everyone.
Wonderful sound.
Let me be your blade.
Wonderful sound. Wonderful sound.
can count on me. The Skylark's song is about to sound. Speeding up.
Another chronosorter. The second flare stone should be behind this gate. Let's restore the collapsed gate with this chronosorter.
Speeding up. Speeding up.
So it turned you into a clangbang. Please use the leap device to eject yourself and crash through that ice wall. Another chronosorter. Let's give it a try. The stone slates have formed a path. Now we can bring the tacitite fulminate across the water.
Speeding up.
This hidden area may allow us to reach that photon vault.
Speeding up.
We're in this together.
There is still another photon vault to break. We can't reach it from here.
I will do my best to help everyone.
We may need to look around for a better vantage point.
I can use some fertilizer.
One with the sound.
I'll save the day.
Let's reach farther destinations together. Speeding up.
One last flare stone to go. There's a carrier lift nearby. Perhaps the flare stone is on the floor beneath us. We should be able to find Jinzhou soon.
We've reached the carrier lift.
Speeding up.
Is that so? So this file confirms that the chronosorters are artificial resonance objects. They activate when hit with a strong impact to create the corresponding resonance. And this also answers my previous question. The chronosorters rewind time through resonating with the Sentinel. No, it was nowhere near enough. The chronosorters shut down once they are removed from the Sentinel's range or the abnormal time flow on Mount Firmament. Plus, as artificial resonance objects, their capacity is limited. According to the Court of Savante researchers, there was a hypothesis that could potentially make them more powerful, the Second Resonance Awakening hypothesis, which states the collision between two resonating frequencies might cause a Second Resonance Awakening. Yes, that fight has to happen to trigger a Second Resonance Awakening for Jinzhou, so she may exert even stronger resonance abilities, ones that allow her to restore the flow of time. Countless chronosorters were made to collide with the Sentinel's frequencies, but they were no match. All the machines turned to dust. One chronosorter briefly showed the power to restore time before breaking apart. This proved that a second awakening can indeed improve resonance ability. The research log mentioned that all chronosorters were working in an overdrive mode. It's similar to how human resonators experience overclocking, they wrote. Overclocking happens when a resonator overexerts their ability. And this researcher who wrote this suggests that it might be the key to triggering a second awakening. No, it's not. Exhausting oneself will only result in destruction. In addition, I noticed another detail in these records. The chronosorters required manual control, while the Sentinel Jue appeared to be under someone else's command. In the only incident of success, just as the chronosorter was about to break down, that peculiar visitor gave an order to the Sentinel, and the Sentinel successfully transferred some kind of energy to the chronosorter thanks to that order. Rover, do you have an idea? Jinzhou.
You.
Don't worry. Rover is special. The temporal disruption can't hurt her.
But Changli, you're...
Shh. I gave my word to be your pawn, and I intend to keep it. As your teacher and courtier, it is only right for me to do so. And let's not forget, without me playing the Wayfinder for Rover, we wouldn't even have her here. Rover has a strong connection to this place. You need her help to resolve Mount Firmament's crisis.
But we already owe Rover a lot. Thank you, Rover. Thank you. Rover,
I will do everything I can to rescue the Sentinel as soon as possible. And we can finally talk to it in person. It will surely have the answers you want.
Let's cut to the chase. What did you find in Truthseeker's past, Jinzhou?
According to the Court of Savante's records, the Sentinel was already injured upon its arrival at Mount Firmament. As time passed and its condition worsened, the flow of time became unstable here, causing temporal disruptions that could potentially threaten Jinzhou. Only the Sentinel's appointed resonator can restore its temporal mandate. Their records indicate a solution. To reverse the rapid aging effect from temporal disruptions, I must deliberately collide with the Sentinel's resonance power during combat, triggering my second resonance awakening. That will enhance my power beyond its limits.
Let's say you can achieve all that, but Jinzhou, do you understand what is at stake for yourself?
I understand. I share a resonance connection with Jue, but I never took the time to truly get to know it. I've been blind to its suffering for so long. Sentinel Jue has been guiding us since the city's founding with its wise words and well-crafted decisions. The temporal disruptions we face are just a side effect of its efforts to protect local people. Without the Sentinel blocking out tacit discords through its time manipulation power, Jinzhou would be a barren wasteland today.
So what do you plan to do, Jinzhou? If the Sentinel's condition is indeed incurable, nobody knows how far the temporal disruptions will continue to spread. Today it's Mount Firmament, but tomorrow it could be all of Jinzhou.
I will. If it truly comes down to that, I'll fulfill Jue's prophecy myself. It's the only way to save Mount Firmament, protect Jinzhou, and help the Sentinel.
Have you thought about the consequences, Jinzhou? Trying to trigger a second awakening by fighting the Sentinel, it could make you overclock at any moment. We both know what that means. You could lose your mind forever, or even disintegrate into dust. You don't want to end up like those chronosorters, shredded under immense pressure. On top of that, do you honestly believe you can fight in your current condition? I can see right through your facade, Jinzhou. You're essentially committing suicide at this point.
You're one to talk, my teacher. I learn from the best. When have you ever backed down from risking your life for what you believe in?
Oh? I don't remember ever teaching you that. We all die eventually, but we need to stay alive as long as we can to achieve more. Jinzhou, you must live and inherit the Sentinel's power. Then you can save and protect these people for years to come.
Changli,
Jinzhou, I don't intend to stop you. I know you've made up your mind. That's why I brought Rover here. You may have already guessed it, Rover is indeed the hero who fought by our Sentinel's side during Jinzhou's early days. She's also the mysterious visitor spoken of in tales about Mount Firmament. All evidence we've gathered points to this being true. If anyone can help us with the situation at Mount Firmament, it must be Rover.
Thank you, my teacher. Jingxi will keep your words in mind.
Lastly, we still don't know for sure how the Fraxidus is keeping our Sentinel trapped. This will determine if you can actually meet it face to face. Yes, it could be any of these scenarios. Lady Xingyi is already on the case. We should get an answer soon. The cipher key should be inside the stone chamber, behind its entrance gate. There is one more flare stone to work out. Let's get moving.